So one of the things that I have been asked about is where are those custom properties that were added back in StormCAD way back in V8i days. So we had the Office Hydraulics had added some additional properties, and you could use those and show them in your flex tables. And so while we are still setting up the analysis side, I did go and grab those and bring them into the drainage and utilities dgen lib. So, once I release this new one, those will be in there. But if you guys already started a project and you'd like to get those in there, I'm going to show you guys how you can import them into that specific project. This is only if you started your drainage stuff before I released this, because if you started after, then it would already be applied, right? So the way to do this is you want to go to the drainage base map, so the file that contains your drainage network, and you want to go to drainage utilities under tools, and there's going to be this user data extensions button here. So we are going to click that, and then you want the data type to be drainage, and then in here you probably don't have anything. That's a good indicator that you started your project before I released this update. So what we're going to do is we're going to come here and import, and then we are going to navigate to wherever it is. So I have put it in our standards under the data folder, so HDOT standards data, and I named it this connect UD import. Alright, so we're going to hit that. It's going to read it, and it's going to show you the properties that we've added here. So, structure type, ground minus HGL, shear stress. All this stuff was I just pulled it out of what we had before. I verified the calculations are still working. So you just check them all on and hit import. So we'll import that in, and now you will have these data extensions in your dgen file, but there still is an additional step. After you hit OK, it'll validate it, save it. But we now have to apply those to the feature definitions in this file. Okay, so we'll go to our OpenRoads standards in Explorer, and you want to make sure you go into your current file under feature definitions, scroll down to the conduits, into the stormwater, and what you're going to have to do is select any of those feature definitions that you've used in your file. They will show up here. Select it, come over to the properties and the user data extensions, and hit the little three dots, and there's all those properties. Hit OK, and you now I'll have those properties on that feature. You would want to repeat this for any other drainage feature definitions that you have. All right, so that's for the conduit. You do the same thing for the nodes, except you don't have to do the manholes. These properties are only for like catch basins, inlets, those kind of things. So if I click that, you'll see there's a different. It's only showing you the ones that are on those nodes. So we'll hit that, and now those have been applied. So now if I just come over here and I take a look at this conduit, take a look at the user properties, we should see we now have more properties in here. So let's take a look. So user defined, we have these three added in, and I believe the calculated ones got thrown into the results. So there's ground minus HGL. So granted, I haven't ran any storm events or anything through this, but I'm just showing you that they do now show up. So for those of you who are making use of the analytics side, there's a way to get that stuff in there to so you can get that kind of data. So now moving forward, yeah, they will be defined already, and that's our next step is to work on more of the analytics side and giving more guidance on how to use that. So more to come.